I can't show always happy things. I'm so tired right now mentally because of the argument that happened with those tour guides. So it was very disappointing experience this time in Algeria. Very disappointing.
ان شاء الله. ما دي اطلس كوبو فيها 15 يوم.
Ideally, they should pay 20 because they didn't even go to Kasbah. Guys, I love Algiers. Look, on your right, in the park. I captured. Finally, we are moving, but the traffic is bad. It was a good time, guys, but not entirely smooth is all I can say. My last Algeria outing was so nice and lovely. Today was nice because of the company that I had, all my team members, and we had a good fun, but not so smooth. But it's okay, part and parcel of life. So guys, I'm back to my hotel after the dinner. I and my colleague went to Garden City Mall again to have some good food there, walk around in fresh air. So I'll tell you what happened exactly and why I'm so disappointed with this trip this time in Algeria. Last time it was so pleasant, everything was so wonderful. But what happened this time? Initially they told us, the tour guide, they told us that they would only charge $40 US dollars per car. So we had total 3 cars, we were total 10 people, right? Now I had made the itinerary, the travel itinerary already because I had been here last year. So I had told them that we need to go to 5 places because the others, it was the first time for them over here. So they trusted my opinion, right? So yeah, I had told the tour guide to take us to Kasbah for sure, the Basilica Notre Dame Cathedral. Number 3 was the monument, the War Memorial. Number 4 was the Botanical Garden. And number 5 was the Muse Bado, the museum, which is one of the famous museums, right? So okay, we left at 11:30 in the morning. And I had told them that the monument, the War Memorial, is good in the night, in the evening. So let that be the last stop because of the colors of the flag, and it's beautiful, like I witnessed last time. But they insisted. There were 3 tour guides, 3 drivers we had. They insisted, they didn't listen to me. They took us to the monument first, then they took us to the Botanical Garden. So monument, as you saw in my clip, it was during the day with no special lighting effects, right? So monument first, then we went to Botanical Garden, and we had approximately 1 hour. And they used to, drop us to the place, and then they used to vanish. They would just go away for their own taxi thing, I think, to take other passengers, and then they would come back. So let's say if we told them that in the monument we would take only 15 minutes or 20 minutes and we would be back to a particular location in the parking area for them to receive us, we were waiting. They came after another 20 minutes. So we keep on losing time. Even in the Botanical Garden, they told us 1 hour is good enough. We said okay, 1 hour we'll try to finish as much in the Botanical Garden. We did. We came back to the same parking area in 1 hour's time. They were still late. After 15 minutes they came to pick us up. Okay, then after the Botanical Garden, we went to have lunch because it was close to lunchtime. So we decided we'll have some nice lunch. Even then, they didn't suggest us any restaurant for the local food. They dropped us in the city and they just told us we'll do city tour. But city tour was what? We were driving anyway. We were looking at the scenes outside. So there was no need to drive extra. So anyhow, we went to the lunch. By the time we finished the lunch and they came to pick us up again from that restaurant, we did our own research of the restaurant, by the way. We found out a local Algerian restaurant from one of our phones and using the internet. And we went to this local restaurant to have some local food. And then by the time they came to pick us up, it was 4:15. Then they kept negotiating. I told them, let's go to the Muse Bado because museum, we have to go to that place. They were like, no, it's no point. It's closed already. It will be closed by 5 p.m. It was already 4:30 by then, after negotiating so much. So we checked on Google also, and yeah, it was closing at 5 p.m. So we had to cancel to going to the museum, obviously, right? Now, they still insisted not to go to Kasbah because it will be super late. But I told them we have to go because firstly we are paying so much, $40 as well. Plus, why not to go? I loved it going there last time. So I told them as well. It was in the itinerary, right? So anyhow, after the lunch, they took us to the church, the Basilica Notre Dame Church Cathedral. We went there. And after that, after so much of insistence, they took us to Kasbah. In between, what happened, you saw already. Too much waiting again for the security officer, which I appreciate because it was very crowded and they didn't want us to go by ourselves to the Kasbah area. But now guess what? We went to Kasbah. They just took us to one lane and it was nothing like what I saw last time in my previous episode. It was absolutely nothing like that. We just quickly took picture, whatever, and I captured the shot which I have posted now. And you saw it's a very small shot of the Kasbah because they didn't even show us completely. And it was already it was 6:30 p.m. And I asked them, could we go upstairs to other shops and more explore the old mosque in Kasbah and all that. So they said, no, it's going to be late, so we cannot go there anymore. Imagine, just imagine. Okay, no problem. Now we went back to our cars. We drove off, came back to the hotel. It was too much traffic. When we had to pay the bill, guys, you won't believe what happened. You remember initially they told me that it's $40 per car. As soon as we reached to pay the bill, they said it's $50. $50 per car. And of course, I told them, but we didn't even see Kasbah properly. We didn't even see the Musbah though. So how can we pay so much money? Because it's not fair. We missed out on some destinations, right? To places to see. Even Kasbah was not covered completely. So they are like, no, this is the rule. They argued a lot. I started having headache. Ultimately, it's not about the money. Of course, we paid them $50. It's fine. But it's how you treat, And we all work hard. It's value for money. When I already discussed that we need to go to these places, they didn't take us to some places, right? And initially, they didn't even tell us that the museum will close it by 5 p.m. They are the local people here. They need to inform us that, ma'am, let's go to museum first because museum will close by 5 p.m. Towards the end, they tell us, no, it will be closed. We will not go there. It's like they didn't want to. They just wanted money. They didn't want to take us around. And obviously, we have to pay we ended up paying $50, but it was very disappointing experience this time in Algeria. Very, very disappointing. Having said that, to uplift the mood, we went to this Indian restaurant in Algeria. Of course, I didn't shoot the video, but I felt good at least. The staff are so nice. The manager is Indian and the local staff also Algerian. They are very nice. So at least now my mood is fine. But since you all are connected to me and I can't show always happy things, I have to share my some maybe sad things or negative things that have happened rather. So I'm just sharing this piece of information. I'm so tired right now mentally because of the argument that happened with those tour guides. So that's about it. Anyway guys, it's getting late now. I'll freshen up, I'll change and I'll sleep. Tomorrow I have to get back to my base. I'll fly back to Doha, Qatar. So yes, that's all from Algeria. If you really like this episode, give it a like, do not hesitate, and please do subscribe. It's for free. Your subscription and those increase in numbers give me a lot of motivation. So please do so. And but again, if you don't like, no stress, no pressure. Okay, and I'll be waiting for your comments. I love reading all of them, positive, negative. I take it as a feedback. So stay tuned, stay connected. Love you all and keep living large. So next morning already, bright, sunny and shiny. No matter what happens, we always try to take the positive vibe and the positive feel from a place, and that's what I'm going to do. I love coming here for the second time, and I have captured a lot of memories once again, like I did when I visited Algeria for the first time. And of course, how can I return from Algeria without buying these delicious, soft and succulent Algerian dates? These are the best dates ever that I've tasted in the entire world. I strongly suggest you to get this one whenever you visit Algeria. I shall see you soon. Bye guys, take care, love you all, keep living large.